Yeah, man. Welcome back to the Roosevelt Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt. Uh, yeah, man, it's been a minute since y'all seen me. Of course, you know, we'll get into that, a little bit later. What's been up with me? But as y'all can see, the name of the show, man, is called, dedicated for my loved ones. Ironically, this is the 100th episode, so I felt it like, it was no more than right for me to do it like that. But yeah, man. Before we get started, I gotta drop that world's famous intro. So we'll see y'all in about a minute or so.
Sound like I've been in the studio watching hit cook. Cali State of Mind took a play out of his book. Type of shit you sub at the light and get your shit took. Soprano section humming like angels with their wings clipped. Like drugs being sold in the 80s, I get the fiends tips. Surviving generational curses on some king shit. Doing whatever I wanna when I see that I pop out once in a while. TMZ clip, childish ways, put them away. We on some grown man, stocks and bonds, level the plan, fit on your own land. Roots through the blood of my people, but on the wrong sand. It's like being given a cause, but play the wrong hand. My DNA witnessed the streets, and it was cold in. Cutthroat killers and bitches, I took it all. My uncle found his way to the grave, drinking tall cans. And somewhere in that book they call life, to say we all can. Forever keep a hundred on me. It's been plenty nights trying to survive in these streets. CA on the 10 AZ. Renegade mission, it's a must, we don't sleep. Connected like pieces on me. No surrender, nigga, never no retreat. We have to make one for the streets. Forever keep a hundred on me.
Yeah, man. Hey, welcome back to the Roosevelt Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt, man. Let me go ahead and get myself an intro in this moment. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, man. Back in the saddle. Back in the saddle again. What's up, y'all? Uh hmm, Roosevelt back in
Same
the
old,
saddle.
same old.
What's happening, man? Hey, man, say, man, what's happening? Yeah, big LA up on this motherfucker. No, I ain't got no shirt on. Hey, I was out there getting, you know what I'm saying, getting big, you dig what I'm saying? Most of y'all been sitting here
Mm.
eating corn chips and pizzas and pastrami's and some no bullshit. But, meantime, in between time, hey, nigga doing good, nigga doing good. How y'all been? You know what I'm saying? What's happening?
Righteousness, man. Righteousness. P. Shit, what's up with
What-
you, man?
Same old shit, man. Taking it day by day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, what's up with me? Back in the saddle again, like I said, man. I felt like it was time to, get back on the podcast, and I took, an extensive amount of time off. Um, Personal reasons, whatever, but your boy is back, and it feel good to be back on the screen. First off, I want to give, some individuals some shout outs. Honey P holding it down, the host of West Side of the 110. Y'all go check that out on Mondays. The man been putting in work, doing his thing, said, Rose, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And he took the baton and kept smashing. Uh Big LA, you know, been in the background, hollering at me on personals, you know what I mean? And I respect bro for that too, as well, for being there, holding it down. Uh, Shout out to Yogi. Yogi, another individual that's been, prevalent, holding it down, with the late hour show. Real talk, no BS with Big LA. Um, shit. As y'all can see, the name of the episode dedicated to my loved ones, man. Before we get started, y'all know, y'all see that donation down at the bottom of the screen. I don't want to sound like, I'm greedy or anything like that. This has nothing to do with me. I recently lost a brother, real close, real close. Uh, while we on it, hold on, let me bring up a picture. Real close. You know what I'm saying? I had love for little bro. He was a real one. He was, you know, honest. He was, you know, a knucklehead at times. He was everything a little brother could be. I lost him recently about 10 days or so ago. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so if y'all see that donation down at the bottom of the screen, the family is, asking for all donations of any kind, $1 to whatever you can come up with. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all hit that cash app. Um, but yeah, bro, he was a real one. And I said I was gonna start the show off by, showing love to the family, Brandy, Kiera, Lil Asthmatic, JB, Nanny, aka Susie, all my family back home in Cali. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. This show dedicated to bro, for sure. Uh now that we got, now that I got that passing, man. Big LA, I know you said you had some things that you wanted to discuss this Sunday evening, um, on the spiritual realm. Since it is Sunday, I feel like, hey, might as well speak on it. So, what was you talking about, man? When you were saying what you were saying a little earlier, I'm a little interested in that.
Can y'all hear me good? Can y'all hear me good?
Loud and clear.
Ooh, that's that good mic. Ooh, that's that good mic. Hey, being blessed and being favored, being tapped into your spiritual self, and understanding that your spiritual journey was way before your current flesh was. I'm just going, you know what I'm saying? Just saying. Everybody believe what they believe, how they believe. I don't knock nobody for how and what they believe. I just know certain things and certain aspects happened before. And for you to be able to have a memory of that, that means you was before. Nothing new is under the sun. It never has been, never will be.
Hmm.
No matter what we do. I don't care what it is. They didn't have hieroglyphs etched in rock and stone, granite, of pictures of motherfuckers using certain objects that's like, hold on, wait a minute. Where y'all get that from? Like, hey man, look into yourself. Look into yourself. Connect with yourself. You wonder why you get irritated so damn much and you go through what you go through. You're not tapped in with yourself. If we connected to the earth, if we are one with earth, if we are one with the higher power, why y'all make it so hard? Why y'all make it so hard? That's all I wanted though. But that ain't none of my, that ain't none of my business. That's not my spiritual journey. You know what I'm saying? When you tap into yourself, you see a whole lot of other shit too. You see that shit, hey, that third eye shit. Hey, that's some real shit. Some real shit. Y'all might think I'm just, talking or on some crazy, but you know what I mean? It really be like that though. Make sure your health is good, the lit and all that other shit. That shit'll follow. Dead ass. If your health good, your spirit good, your body feel good, you feel good. Tap in with yourself. Hey man, look. take 3 months of not calling certain motherfuckers or calling people at all or texting. See who reach out to you, man. Hey, I'm just saying, you'll figure out and find out a whole lot, man. A whole lot.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that, man. I definitely feel you on that. Um, you know, man, lately, go ahead, P. I'm gonna allow you to land on that because I want to jump into it right after you. Go ahead, P.
Um, I'm gonna stay with what Big LA said, boss. You're spiritual. For one, I agree with him on that. I've said this a lot of times. I had this conversation with Don. I said, you know what, man, I don't call people too much like I used to. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't answer my phone. I don't pick up my phone sometime for 2, 3 days just to see who called or text, and you'd be surprised. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with Big L on that. Stay away from your phone sometime because if you ever pay attention, sometime you leave your phone at home or leave it in the car while you're at work, an 8-hour shift. That'd be like the most peaceful time you have because you're not reaching in your pocket looking to see who's calling you or looking to call people that really don't call you.
Mm,
Um, but like I said, on a spiritual note, man, I tell people you got to really, like Big LA say, tap into your spiritual. And what that means is tap into the truth. Like stop leading your spirituality by what somebody else told you. Do your own research. You know what I mean? And then like that, everything will open up to you. Because if you don't know about yourself, um, you don't know about nothing. You try to give somebody advice, you don't even know about yourself, your own spirituality. And it ain't about religion, it's about truth, it's about just history, because history is just religion. So that's why I tell people, know your history, whatever your spirituality is, and just go with it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be a much peaceful person, happier person, and know that God is in you, especially black men, we were created in his image. We are the chosen people. So God is in us already. So a lot of people reading these words, figuring out how to find God. That's why you're losing, because you don't realize that God is in you already. You need to get that devil that the world put in you out of you and focus on the God in you. And then your life will be better.
mm. Let me drop a bomb for him on that one. Hold on. Sheesh. Wow, that's deep. Yeah, I agree with both of y'all saying, man. Spiritual journey is a quest in itself, man. You know, like P said, I think a lot of people, uh, mishappen to misunderstand the part of not allowing the worldly things to intersect your spiritual peace, which is everything y'all may see on the media. You know, a lot going on with immigration and the wars across seas and everything like that. That can affect you personally. The reason being is because you're not tapped in with yourself. You know, you worrying about everything else instead of keeping yourself grounded in what's right here in front of you. You know what I mean? And that could be family, that could be, you know, that could be anything that brings you peace. But most of the times it's probably family and loved ones, you know. Um, I also feel like lately, man, just going into, what we was talking about. I seen a picture the other day, you know, um, this guy was, I think, serving like 20 years or a life sentence. And he was behind bars and his mother had, passed away while he was like in, halfway through his sentence. And I had to sit back and think about that. You know what I mean? Like all the people that go to the pen or to prison, life don't stop because you behind them walls. You might be behind them walls, lose a loved one, and that'll affect you pretty hard. You know what I mean? On top of that, like in order for you to go to the funeral, you have to pay, for escorts and things of that nature, to get you to the funeral to say goodbye to your moms, your pops, your brother, sister, child, whatever the case may be, along with the family trying to pay for the funeral. Like, this is for the YNs out there. Think about that. When y'all out here crashing out and doing some dumb stuff, you know what I mean? Y'all really need to pay attention to like how you can burden your family automatically just being behind walls because they got to look out for you or you expect them to look out for you, put money on your books. But what happens if you happen to lose a loved one behind them walls? You just can't walk out that prison and jump in the car and go to that funeral. No, you got to be escorted by guards. How much is that going to cost? Just think about it. You know, put your family in a world of hurt on top of the hurt they already experiencing. And then after that, say you go to the funeral, you still got to go back to that prison cell by yourself and still mourn and try to look out and hope you ain't finna get shanked in the morning. Imagine that life. So you YNs out there, there's a message to y'all. Y'all better straighten up and fly right. Summertime here, a lot of y'all can change y'all life. A lot of y'all can be saved. I'm not saying be holier than now, but just think about it before you pull that trigger. You willing to go stand on that? Think about it. I'm gonna drop a bomb for myself. Shit. Roosevelt. Anyhow, now we got that out the way. I'm knocking the dust off the rust off my mic. Pete,
Yo,
what you feel about the immigration situation, man? I know you done spoke on it.
I
What you feel
mean,
about it?
first and foremost, this is a situation that's been ignored for the last five presidencies, and now that we have a president who's enforcing a law that's been in the books, especially a law that was appointed for descendants of slaves, which we weren't able to use, and other people come in. And I want to say this: it's not nothing personally towards Hispanics. It's just that in California, the majority of people coming in illegally, statistics show, happen to be from Mexico. So when they talk about illegal immigration here, it automatically gets reflected to the Hispanic community because they're the majority of people who on file come in illegally. But I tell people like this: look at it this way. For everybody who has something to say, oh, well, this, that, people should this, that. Okay. First and foremost, the black community is under fire from the Hispanic community here. You move into East LA, the gangs will burn you out. They'll tear up your cars. They'll violently hurt you. You can't move in their community. So when they say, why aren't we standing up? It's because you got to look at the big picture. From the streets here, it hasn't been peaceful between those communities in a long time, which it still can be, though. I'm not saying there's no hope. But to get to your answer, look at it this way. For people who are standing up for illegal immigration, you're basically standing up saying, I don't give a shit about the lower income communities, which is the black community, because these people are going to come over here and get placed like the Biden legislation did in the lower income communities. They give them income that a lot of American citizens can't get, which is entitled for them, especially the black community. You utilize these benefits, but other people can come in through a loophole. So now that we have a president who's solving that issue, it looks like it's crazy because America has the weakest border laws, immigration laws in the world. Now that you have a president who's strengthening them up, it's like we're looked at as criminals. Oh, you guys are assholes. Y'all not letting people come in illegal no more. What kind of shit is that?
Mm.
You got to look at it from that aspect. It's not from a racial standpoint at all. Because shit, some of my Hispanic buddies call me and talk more crazy shit about illegal immigrants than you would hear a white person do.
Yeah. And definitely in some communities in the city of Compton, as well as, Long Beach.
Long Beach, where they write nigger killers on the wall. Let's be real. I hate using that word, but it's on YouTube where they ran up on a little black boy and he asked him, "Do you bang?" He said, "I don't bang." He said, "Well, I'm gonna still let you know this nigga killer."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So within the communities, it's still turmoil for sure. Um,
It is. It is. You know. Like I said, it's a. We had this conversation with Milo and him all the time. And I tell people, well, you know that Rose, growing up in California, it's a different world out here. I wish it was more like Texas, where the Black and Hispanic community was like real brothers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I said, I played semi-pro soccer, man. I went to Junior Olympics in '94 trying out because that's how good I was as a forward. So I adapted with this Hispanic community,
Hold on, I gotta
you
give
know.
you a butt. Imagine my nigga P out there kicking that soccer ball around.
Hey, hey, Rose, and you know what's funny? It started at Harvard when they first came up in there with the AYSO program. I don't know if you remember the dude who
Yeah,
started it, his son.
I remember you having your shins, you know what I'm saying? Your shin guards on and shit. Man, listen. I understand. I'm just it was just a joke, you know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah, no,
couldn't
no,
imagine
no, no.
because
I hear what you're saying.
you the most blackest out of blackest that I know, and you out there on the soccer field. It ain't like you like Pepe got like some nigga Nicaraguan in him or none of that type shit. You full blooded nigga out there kicking the soccer ball around, nigga. Shout out to my
Hey,
nigga
well,
H.
and you know what's so crazy? I'll post that shit. I still got my trophy. I'll send it to you. It's called Maximo Goleador, where you score a certain amount of goals per season. Um,
That's
you got to
crazy.
score a lot of goals to get one. I got that year. That's like a MVP trophy, like in NBA in the league. But that's where the history started. Soccer was invented in England, and it was brought down into the continent of Africa by the English colonizers and taught them, and seeing how dominant they were in it. So that's
Mhm.
why people don't realize why these other countries are good in it, like Brazil, because it's a lot of African traits. Slave ships stopped there, supposedly, if there were slave ships. Um,
Where the ships at, P?
hey, like I
Where the
say,
ships? Where the ships at, P? You know
if
me.
they
I've been preaching this shit for a minute. Hey, look, where the ships at? I want to see
Me too. Just like
them.
they did the what's that? The Endeavor, or whatever that spaceship is. They trailed it through the streets here, and it's sitting at the museum and over here by USC College. If you
Hmm.
had slave ships, they would be in some Smithsonian Museum, National
Right
History
now,
Museum on display where you can go see them because you got high class ships right now, nuclear ships. Submarines who can't cross some of these treacherous Atlantic seas in certain weathers. And you telling me these boats with no motors did?
yeah, all right.
Mm,
Yeah, all right.
mm,
I
It's
put
my it's
Oh,
small
you
opinion.
motherfucker. Mm,
all you motherfuckers. Yeah,
mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah. We talking to y'all
You
ass
know,
today. Talking to
it's
y'all
just my
dog ass today.
opinion.
mm.
Okay, this might sound very, very wrong, but there's a video that I did that's about to come out in a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? That's about to speak on what I'm about to say right now. Y'all love the laws when they come to a benefit, but you hate them when they're put into effect as they were written. Make that make sense. You have your baby here, your baby get to stay. Even if you go, your baby gets to stay. Because of
And that's
laws
a
that because of laws that were impacted for us,
yep,
not y'all. Even the president got on TV and said it.
a loophole.
I
And
had a
y'all use it
question.
and y'all use it to y'all advantage. And I mean use it to y'all advantage. Some of y'all, I ain't gonna hold you. Some of y'all got 8, 9, 10, 12, 11 kids out this motherfucker.
I got a question on that. Um, the birthright citizenship, right? Since we
Yeah.
speaking on it, those laws were created for us, but I mean, if they're passed to where they don't, where that law is not in effect anymore, somehow, some way, wouldn't that kind of affect us too? Because
No.
No, no,
I mean,
it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I know exactly what you about to ask because I thought
you know,
about that and I
But
researched it
hell
myself.
no. Hell no.
because I want to ask the question so the people will know what we talking about before we get there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
go ahead, go
Right,
ahead.
right,
See,
right, right,
see,
right.
you know what I'm saying? But wouldn't that affect us because like we are not national birth citizens? I mean, we were
You know why I
brought
said
here.
can I answer you real quick?
Go ahead.
I say no because through your history. We were here, there, and literally everywhere before
Hmm.
any of this history came up.
Mm-hmm.
Any of it.
Yeah.
So for you to say I'm not from here, where the fuck are you from? If that's the case, because if you do what you say you gonna do and you really try to force crack off and impact that law like that, that's gonna affect a lot of your people too. Then,
Mm.
because a lot of y'all motherfuckers came from Italy, Switzerland, Europe, Germany. Let's talk about it.
I
A lot
just
of
want to
y'all
say
wasn't
one.
here.
I just want to say one thing to clear
You
that
know what
up.
I'm saying?
The president of the United States, father, is also not from here, so that law would technically apply to him as well, right?
Yeah.
You you're impacting a law and enforcing a law. I say this and I say this real well, Mr.
I'm
Donald
just saying.
Trump. Please watch how you dispense
Hey,
of this law, sir. I say that because it affects more than the people that are using it to their benefit. It also affects the people that have been here.
I, you,
If you deeply look at that, it affects all the people in the very, very end. It affects everything that falls under it.
in a sense, you right, Big LA, but you got to read that whole law into place. Them ending it means that they put a stipulation on it. So for the next
Mm,
30 days, people may not heard that when he said it the other day. From the
I
next
didn't hear
30
the
days,
stipulation.
you said for the next 30 days that it's still in place. So basically, if you're not here as a citizen and you have a baby here, the child still becomes a citizen. That's for the next 30 days until the law changes. So basically, when that law is ended, meaning anybody who's not a citizen here, which means you have some people here that may be 3 months pregnant who came in with that last wave of surge trying to
mm,
have babies here, they're not going
Mm,
to be citizens. So
whoa,
that's what that's meaning. But basically saying like, oh, will that mean we have to go back? No, you can't, because most of the majority of the white people here are of Euro descent, and they came here through New York and like you say, Italy and Sicily and shit like that. But no, it's just meaning that okay, it stops. No more coming over here illegal and having babies, and you get to stay here because you had a baby here. That ends. But I will say this: in California, I'm gonna post this on my Facebook when I find this clip later. They did send a handful of people back who have been here illegal for 40 years and have had kids here and grandkids. They went
mm,
and sent those people back.
hmm. Some
So
of them have voluntarily left as well. But yeah,
people
I
not speaking
agree.
about that. The number of
a
people
lot of
voluntarily
people
is high.
voluntarily left. A lot of people
Hmm.
did.
Hmm. I
Hey,
mean, like,
hey,
what
Rose,
would you
before I forget,
go
not to
ahead?
cut you off, this is not, like I tell people, this is nothing to do with shit, nothing to do with racism at all. Because most of the black people we know who are men have kids and are married to Mexican women. But
Yes.
um, like I say, they sent the black dude to Jamaica. I don't know if y'all seen that clip. If it's true or not, his dad was in the military for U.S. military for 2 decades. He's a Jamaican descendant. The man who served in the military, his son was born on a U.S. Army base in Germany. He was recently deported to Jamaica, a country he's never been to, because his parents are from Jamaica, but he was an American citizen by his father being in the military. But they sent his son back to Jamaica. He's in Jamaica right now, a country he's never been to.
Whoa,
I mean, I say this
whoa.
much, young man. Live it up until you can come back. I done heard some beautiful things about Jamaica. Enjoy the experience until you get to come back. You dig what I'm saying?
That's one part of it. I feel you. Like, but that's so.
Oh, that's
I'm
fine.
trying
It's
to.
sideways as fuck. It's fucked off.
I'm
My
trying
bad. Go
not to
ahead.
cuss. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not
Mm-hmm.
to cuss. But that's so messed up on so many forms that first off, your father served in the military, willing to lay down his life for this country. That's number one, right? Number one. Number two, you were born on a US base. That's
Mm-hmm.
technically like when it comes down, I'm trying to figure out when it comes down to the politics,
You're a citizen, no matter what.
Yes,
U.S.
yes,
base,
yes.
you're a citizen.
You're
isn't
born
that
on.
considered
They consider
US
that U.S.
soil,
soil. Yes,
right?
that is U.S. soil. A U.S. base in any country. I don't care what country, what continent, whatever. It is.
Okay.
It is U.S. territory once they develop a base there, or
That's number two.
or an embassy. I think.
That's number two. right? Number three is because your parents, where they're from, you've never seen this country a day in your life. And but because of where your ancestors or your heritage, your lineage, however you want to pronounce it, politically correct, they send you somewhere that you have nothing, no knowledge, no loved ones. I mean, you probably have a long lost cousin or uncle or something over there, probably. You know what I mean? But nobody that you have acquainted with in your whole existence of life.
So technically, you don't even know them. They don't even know you.
They don't know you. You don't know them. A culture shock. That is so messed up on so many levels. Even more, right? We can get deeper than that. How about the ones that have served in the U.S. military, willing to lay their lives down on the line for this country, and have also been deported? Was
It's a
their
lot of
life
them.
not was their life not worth the value of them gaining U.S. citizenship, but they willing to fight for this country? I mean, we was willing to accept them to put it, an M16 or M15 in their hand and go put them on a battlefield, but it just makes me question things,
Well,
you know?
well, I mean, let's talk about the truth because people don't want to acknowledge the fact that the Hispanic community voted for Trump this election go around higher than they did the last election. Even some of the videos of they had that group Hispanics for Trump. A lot of them who were riding with him, they just showed a lot of them were just deported.
Mm. Some would say because they didn't want to vote for a black
Okay,
woman
I'm like,
president
yeah,
that they chose
Nah,
to go with
we
the
ain't
other
gonna
side.
we ain't gonna do it like that. That's exactly. And the numbers
but
show. The numbers show that.
Let me
well,
tell
you
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 what
got
else.
you got to look at it like this. If she was elected, would some people call it infiltration of through the border, would this have continued under a presidency of her? So that's one question people would have to ask because it's been going on. She was a vice to somebody who where it was going on. Well, she continued it.
Well,
Ooh wee,
I'm at
Pete, you
I'm,
wrong.
I'm
Ooh, Pete, ooh, ooh, he got a point. He got a point, Roosevelt. Ooh wee, he got a point. Ooh wee, he
yeah,
got a point.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm
She was under the same president. Not to cut you off, I apologize.
go
Don't
ahead.
want to lose the
Go
thought.
ahead. Go ahead.
She was right under the president that decided to put legal drug utensils on the streets, and then decided to go get people and bring them here. So this is my question: did y'all social experiment work?
Clearly it didn't.
For the ones that know, they know. For the ones that's gonna
Yeah.
watch this and think I'm crazy for what I'm saying, use your common sense. There's a whole lot
Mm,
of craziness going on that they want again to mask and not show what's really going on.
mm.
Do your research. Why all of a sudden? All of a sudden, because any president could have did this. Any. Why him? And on his second term, because the nation put him in office the first time willingly, and did it
Hmm.
willingly a second time.
They
I
love
could go.
Obama.
I
They
could go a
love
whole.
Obama though.
I could go a whole lot deeper with it, but those are the types of things that they like to, cancel people for. So just do your research. Please do your research.
Yeah.
And hey, they love Obama. You know, it's kind of crazy because you hear a lot of so-called minority black Hispanics saying we need Obama back, we need Obama back. And it's funny when I be telling like the black people that be saying, "Oh man, yeah, we need Obama back." I said, "Yeah, y'all more for Trump's new bill than you think because Obama deported more people than any president in history."
Left and right, left and right. He the one started a whole lot of bills that's going on with the border right now. He
Yeah.
was he was a great face for the nation. The first documented, let's talk about it, documented black president. First documented black president in history. Yeah, it was something good for the country. It was something good for the culture. Great for the culture. At the same time, they still pulled the same strings they pull right now to this day. Again, do your research.
It's it's just amazing because our country has or until now they had some of the weakest border policies, and a lot of other countries, including countries who complain, like Mexico, has a very strict border policy. South of their border,
Yes.
deport Guatemalans like it ain't nothing. As soon as they
Yes.
find Guatemalan, they send an ass back. I don't know why, but that's just something I read up on. But so I say that to say this: when a country like ours, that stops the illegal crossing from being legal, because, like I say, just think of it like this: where do you know? Can you get into Six Flags illegal? If they see you walk through the front gate, they're gonna let you continue on.
Hell
And
no.
all,
Get your
all you
ass
gotta
up
say
out
is, I ain't got no money. I'm just doing bad. Y'all said no, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just saying, like, people got to look at the big picture. It's not from a hate standpoint. It's like, okay, where can you go into somewhere where you're not supposed to be at? You got in there the wrong way. Then you're going to end up doing better than the people who's in there who got in there the right way in a short amount of time, with the help of the people who said you're not supposed to do it that way and you did it anyway.
Yeah, real talk.
I said, I mean, it's just
Hey,
as simple as that.
for those of y'all that are on Facebook, I cannot read the comments. I apologize in advance. But hold on, I see it. That's exotic in the building. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for tuning in. My niece Shay Quinta, appreciate you for tuning in as well. I don't know why I can't see these comments on Facebook. We'll figure that out by next episode. But yeah, man. Um, like P say, these laws. I don't know, man. This world is coming to some stuff. Again, I said I'm gonna try not to cuss, but it's coming to some stuff. And you just got to stay on your P's and Q's, man, out here, man. You got to. It's a mandatory. Summertime is here. Man, stay on your P's and Q's, ladies and gentlemen. Please be aware of
Got
your
you.
surroundings. Protect your energy. Your energy is very, 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 very important. You know what I mean? And sometimes somebody can come around you and they energy be off and it rub off on you, and then you go on about your day like, damn, why I feel like this? Me and Big LA talk about it all the time. You can't invite certain people around you because their energy be off. You know what I mean? And that somehow, some way will rub off on you. See, I'll be aware of that, man. Last but not least, man, uh, y'all know. Y'all pray for somebody, man. Protect your family, you know. Trust in God. I know this the Sunday episode. Y'all ain't seen me in about 2.5 months, but I said when I get back on this thing, man, I'm gonna speak and be vulnerable as possible. There's a lot of things that I notice. A lot of people get on these airwaves and they try to put up this fake persona, right? This fake, oh, I'm okay. Nothing happens to me. I'm perfect. Nothing goes wrong in my life. Shit. Excuse me. I said I'm trying not to cuss, y'all. So work with me.
Look,
You know what
look,
I'm
look.
saying?
He said he
I'm gonna I'm gonna let
Hey,
I'm gonna
look,
let the
hey, look,
button.
bro said he ain't talk. Bro said he ain't cussing. I'm little bro. I'm
Yeah, but yeah, man. You know, a lot of people get up here on these screens, man, and hold up a fake persona. You know, it's the representation of themselves, and it's not necessarily really themselves. It's just a representation. You know what I mean? Everybody go through something. Don't be no damn fool. And damn is in the Bible, so I can say it. Don't be a damn fool out here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be hoodwinked. Malcolm X said, bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? I better get y'all thing together, man, out here. For real. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Don't be afraid to let somebody know, hey, I ain't okay today. Nigga, that's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Quit faking the funk. What I'm trying to tell you,
Indeed.
quit faking the funk. Be real with yourself one time. Real talk. You know what I mean? But anyway, like I said, man, I just came back to get on this airwaves, man. It's been about 2.5 months. You know, your boy been in the funk, but shit, I'm back now. Y'all catch me every Friday night. You know what I'm saying? 6 p.m. right here, the Roosevelt Show. This show is called. It's dedicated to my loved ones. I really mean that from the heart. Bro really changed the perspective on how I started feeling lately. Like after losing him, I was like, yeah, man. And he younger than me. Never would imagine 1,000 years that would have happened. But, you know, they say you never question the man upstairs, and I never will do that. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Uh Before we get up out of here, man, we're gonna go around this panel. 100p, man, until Friday. This is a random episode, the 100th episode. Hold on. I ain't gonna stop and not celebrate that. I got me fucked up. Hold on, nigga. 100th episode. 100th episode. Yeah. Take a minute, but shit, we here. We here.
Don't y'all worry about nothing. We'll see y'all at 200, 250.
Yeah. Yeah. 100p, man, get the people some news they could use this week, man.
I mean, shit, challenge yourself. Get mad at yourself. Like I tell a lot of people, a lot of shit won't change in your life until you decide for it to change. Um, some people on their knees praying all day. You get off your knees and go make something happen. Because what's the point of you having all these skills embedded in you, and only thing you doing is asking God 24/7 to send something to you when He basically saying, "Nigga, get up off your knees, nigga. I gave you the tools you need to go do it. Get the fuck up. Put that blunt down. Put that drink down. Go get up
Mm,
off your fucking knees. Go to that job that you know you can get. Put that time in. Save. Get that pad. Get that woman that should be in your life. Your kids. Live
Yeah.
life right."
Yes.
Drop a
Yes.
bomb for that one.
Yes.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Sheesh. I hear you, P.
See,
Damn.
look, see, look, right. It take a
That
lot of
boy
people.
touching nerves this evening.
It take a lot of things. It take a lot of things for a lot of people to do what they do in life. It take a lot of motivation, a lot of push, a lot of drive, and a lot of getting pissed the fuck off. See. A lot of that come from somebody having to say that shit to you. Somebody having to piss you off externally for you to do something and change internally. Ain't that a bitch? When you need your car fixed, do a motherfucker knock on your door and say, "I got the bread for that"?
Mm.
When
Hello.
you need something to eat, do a motherfucker just randomly knock on your door and say, "Hey, look, hey, check this out. I went and spent $500 at the grocery store and I don't need this. You can have it." When your
That's real.
kids need clothes, when your kids need to go to school, when they need school supplies, when your lights need to be paid, your water bill, your rent, is it a motherfucker that randomly walk up and knock on the door and say, "Hey, look,
Mm.
don't worry about nothing. I got that for you."
Mm.
Hell no. So why in the fuck do you expect somebody to walk up and say, "Hey, I understand you're fucked up in the mental. I understand you have problems. I understand you go through something every day. I understand you're in a dark place. Hey, I'm here to help you."
Mm.
Why you expect a motherfucker to come say that? Cause the way society is today in this flesh, in this century, in this time, have programmed you to believe that you're less than what you was put here to be.
Facts.
Nah, that's cool. My brother on this screen, Honey P, he said something. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Even though what I said, it woke up something. You know what I'm talking about? Having somebody wake up something in you isn't bad. But for a motherfucker to have to pour something into you, like pour into you for you to wake the fuck up and get it done. Nah, bro, that's crazy.
Mm,
You wildin'.
mm,
Love yourself. Love yourself first.
yeah.
Love yourself. That way you can love somebody. Hey, look, your spirit talk to you every day. Open up, listen to that motherfucker. You understand? I'm gonna say this one time because it ain't gonna be the last time. I was finna lie. It ain't gonna be the last time. Nothing here on this plane is fucking new. Nothing. You extremely overstand, understand, and dramatically take that how you think you need to. Hey man, look, in the means in betweens, love somebody, love yourself. Hey, take care of you and the ones that love you. In the means in betweens, I fuck with you. R.I.P. to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the show, I hope we can have a moment of silence for them. And happy 100 episode. We'll see you. We'll see y'all at 250. You
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
means in
Um,
betweens. Big LA, fuck with you.
yeah, man. Appreciate it. Appreciated everybody that watched this evening. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's just a pop out episode. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. That's what Kendrick say, you feel me? But I'm just pull up some pictures, man. You know, real talk. Before I get up out of here, I'm gonna speak on it. Every individual in the screen, I lost. The homeboy on the other side of me, you know, T Rue, rest in peace. My brother Steve O with the dreads, rest in peace. And you see me and little bro next to each other. Lost both of them. Lost all three of them. You feel me? Uh, real individuals, man. Um, yeah. This these deaths definitely don't go in vain, man. Long as I'm breathing, I will continue to push the message, which all of my bros push: love, peace, unity, family, the importance of that, breaking generational curses. They was all about that. And they not here to push that message forward. But I feel their energy like recharging my battery. You know what I'm saying? They say, when your loved ones go home, I believe that their energy come back and they recharge your battery. So, you know, I'm back in the saddle, man. Roosevelt. Until next Friday, man. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'll at y'all soon.